Welcome to the Real Film Nerds Harvest Horror Fest.
Greetings, everyone. And like all good things, our Harvest Horror Fest sixth annual is coming to an end on kind of a high note, I think. I enjoyed this movie, but this movie that we're going to review for episode 347 is Five Nights at Freddy's. And I am your host, Mike Talent. With me, as usual, is Matt?
The most talented.
Matt the mostest talented.
There you go. So, all right, Mike, this is going to be a fun one.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun one. So, Matt, we also have a giveaway this week, right?
Yeah, you already want to do the giveaway? I haven't even done the breakdown or nothing, Mike.
No, okay. I don't want to do the giveaway. I'm just warning people about a giveaway, and then now we could roll into the breakdown.
Now they got to make sure and listen all the way through for the giveaway. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, like that teaser thing that they do.
See, that's why you're a better host than I am. So I'm sorry, Mike, but the end of the 6th annual Harvest Horror Fest means that you are now the permanent host forever.
Uh-oh. Well, I guess this is urgent and breaking news. I will have to deal with this next week.
Okay, we'll see. All right. So 6th annual Harvest Horror Fest is coming to a close. All of you are happy. Oh, no, Mike is not happy that it's coming to a close. I am happy it's coming to a close because we can get back to watching movies. Real movies, not garbage.
Yeah, and Matt, I'm sure your supply of your tasty beverages is dwindled drastically, so you need to move on to the next big thing.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot left. I have one just for this podcast, but yes, we will discuss that later. But okay, Mike, you want me to give the breakdown for Five Nights at Freddy's?
Yes, why don't you go ahead and do that, Matt?
Okay, let's see if I can do this because there's a lot of writers on this because it's based on a video game and I think they gave like everybody credit. So here we go. Five Nights at Freddy's was directed by Emma Tammy. It was written by Scott Cawthon, Seth Coodieback. I think that's Cootie or Coodback. Maybe Coodback. I'm going to go with Coodback.
I think Coodback.
Coodback, not Cuddleback?
No.
See, I probably should cut all this out, but I don't have time this week. It's Emma Tammy also participated in the screenplay. Chris Lee Hill and Tyler McIntyre. So Five Nights at Freddy's stars Josh Hutcherson, Piper Rubio, Elizabeth Lal, Matthew Lillard, Mary Stuart Masterson, Kat Connor Sterling, and David Lynn. Let me go back to the other page because I'm not fancy like Mike and have like 9,000 screens. Five Nights at Freddy's, here's a little synopsis. A troubled security guard begins working at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. During his first night on the job, he realizes that the night shift won't be so easy to get through. Pretty soon, he will unveil what actually happened at Freddy's.
Dude, that was a great... I think you're way better at it than me.
I don't know. I think I screwed up some of those names, but I whatever.
And I do perfect at that, right?
You do. You're a rock star, Mike. You are, Mike, the most talented talent Mike ever.
All right, Matt. I'm going to go ahead and give you my first impressions. I had no idea. I haven't played the video game. I didn't know much about this movie, but I liked it. I thought it was fun. It was different, and it actually had more of a story than I really thought it was going to. So that was all good in my book.
Okay, so I am conflicted. I guess is the nice way to put it. I played the first video game. I played it years ago. I believe that it came out in 2014, and that's when I played it. for those of you who do not know, Five Nights at Freddy's, at least the original, and I'm pretty sure the subsequent sequels and spin-offs, because they had some other ones that were not titled Five Nights at Freddy's, but they're actually point-and-click adventures, which takes me back to my days of even before middle school, sitting on computers and doing point-and-click adventures, like King's Quest and stuff like that, all the old school stuff. But it's a very good game. It's really smart. It's really scary. It's really dark. So I enjoyed it. I just didn't hop into the lore of it. I haven't played all the other ones. I don't know a lot about it outside of the first game. But I thought the movie was okay at best. I liked that it had a story, and I liked that Josh Hutcherson, you get this feeling between him and his sister and what's going on. They really kind of developed all that stuff, but I don't really want to call this like a horror movie because it really only has a handful of horror movie parts. And I think the choice to make it PG-13 was a positive and a negative, because the younger kids are the ones that want to go see this because they're the ones that really love this video game. When I say younger, I mean probably, under 18, because that's kind of when this whole thing kind of played out in the past since 2015. So I just, or 2014, 2013, somewhere in there. I don't know if that worked for me. I would have liked to have had more of the, horror elements, the more blood, guts, and gore and scariness, and I liked that it was all practical effects. I liked a lot of things about this movie, but I didn't love it, and I will be honest, I wanted more. I expected more, even though you loved it.
Okay, that's fair, dude. That's fair. Not playing the video game probably left me more of a blank slate. I don't know, and I just was like, oh, okay. Let's see what they got. So I like that. The practical effects, I thought they were great. I don't think there's probably a little bit of CGI used in a couple scenes. Obviously, the like you said, the PG-13 was a very prominent choice in this movie to give it the widest audience that they could, and man, did it work. This is the highest grossing Blumhouse movie ever. So for the first weekend, it made $80 million in the U.S.
It was something like 87 in the U.S., and it's like 130 worldwide.
Yeah.
Which is insane. That's insane numbers for this world.
Yeah, and it beat out Halloween, the 2018 release, which was awesome, and made like $70 million.
Well, Mike, so you having a clean slate is actually, I think, a negative, because I believe everyone that really loves this movie and what's really driving the sales is all the people that went and played the video games, at least more than one, because like I said, I only played the one. Because I was talking to some friends on Facebook and stuff where they were just slamming me about how, oh, you didn't like it? What are you talking about? You didn't like it? And I was explaining my point. They're like, well, it's just because you don't know the lore. You don't know this and you don't know that. And I'm like, but you got to understand, we don't call ourselves critics here. We're reviewers. We're normal people. And the thing is, I'm going to watch it as a person that hasn't played all 6 video games. I want to know, and we will find out later, what my 81-year-old mother thinks, or my 30-year-old younger sister thinks that, hasn't played the video games either. Those are the people that, matter. But I understand everyone that has played the snot out of this video game really got more out of this movie. And that's great. There's nothing wrong with that, but it needs to be good for all audiences for it to be a good movie.
All right. But I did enjoy the character development, in this movie. You actually got to know the main character a little bit and his troubled history, and you're like, why did he go do some things that he did? And it kind of explains it. I liked all that. I thought that was great.
I'll try not to get into spoilers too much, but I think that was one of the best parts of the film, was the relationship between Mike and his younger sister Abby and him having to take care of her. I wish there was a little bit more development on the parents. I will say that it's not a spoiler. He has parents. Everybody has parents. But I wish there was
that's
more
not a
of
spoiler.
that, and I can get into that more in the spoiler section. But
Okay.
Mike, do you want me to do my incredible, awesome, amazing scrumdiddlyumptious giveaway?
Yeah, dude. Let's do it.
Okay, so this week we got the second half of a giveaway we had a couple weeks ago. Out today, released today on Blu-ray, is Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. And I'm not sure if they're still calling it Part 1 or not, because I was reading somewhere that they're not calling the follow-up Part 2. They're calling it something else now. Did you hear about that, Mike?
I hadn't seen anything on it yet, but I'm sure I'll see something soon.
I don't know. It might have just been bullshit that I was reading. But, oh well. Anyway, so, Mike, I picked the question on the Mission Impossible digital release giveaway. What are you going to have our listeners email you for our physical copy giveaway? And you remember, you got to email Mike@realfilmnerds.com, or you can email me or the podcast in general, which is Matt@realfilmnerds or nerds@realfilmnerds. But Mike likes it the best. He keeps them nice and talented and involved in doing things. So, Mike, what question or what question, email, whatever, what response or what do our listeners need to do to get a copy of Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 on Blu-ray?
All right, Matt. So last time you had our listeners email us in what Tom Cruise movie they would have liked to have been in and why. And so, Matt, I'm going to flip the script. I want our listeners to write in and tell us what movie they wouldn't want to be in with Tom Cruise and why.
Oh, I see what you're going for, Mike. I see what you're going. You're going dark.
Yeah, I'm going dark. Like, you don't want to be in the Mummy remake? Well, tell us about it.
You know what? That probably would be my vote, just because I heard it was so bad. I still, to this day, have not seen it.
Yeah, but let's see. You don't want to be in Oblivion? Tell us why.
Or maybe Risky Business. Is that the one where he slides out in his underwears?
Yeah, I think
was
that
that
is the
Risky
one where he
Business or
slides
was that
out.
Cocktail?
Yeah. Oh, shoot. No, I think it was Risky Business.
Okay. Well, that one, because, I don't want to immediately make it go from being rated like PG-13 to rated X because, I wouldn't be able to control myself, Mike. That's why I couldn't do that one.
Right. Like,
it would just fall out of the drawers.
Yeah. Like, do you not want to be in Rain Man?
Dude,
tell us why.
I would love to be in Rain Man. That was a great movie. Days of Thunder, Oblivion, of course. Well, we talked about this, when we did the last giveaway. I would like to be in 90% of Tom Cruise movies because they're awesome.
Yeah, I mean, he has such a vast career. He's done all kinds of movies. A Few Good Men.
Dude, that is a good flick. That is a really good flick. Man. The cast on that, too. Okay, we're not here to talk about that. Damn it, I need to stop.
Right.
We're here to talk about Five Nights at Freddy's. But before we do that, I'm going to read the business for this Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning physical Blu-ray release. So make sure to email Mike at Real Film Nerds. I like it when you email Mike. Keep him busy. He loves checking his email.
I do check my email a lot.
So, all right, here we go. Bring home Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 on 4K UHD disc and digital now. Tom Cruise stars in the film critics are calling the biggest and best action movie of the year. Buy Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 on 4K UHD disc and digital today and go behind the scenes with incredible bonus content. It is available at participating retailers, rated PG-13, and again, it's from our super good friends over at Paramount Pictures.
All right. Thank you, Paramount Pictures, for these awesome giveaways. And Matt, so with that, I feel like I'm getting a little bit thirsty. Are you thirsty, Matt?
Mike, I'm always so parched. So parched. It's all the talking and the screaming and the yelling and the excitement.
Ah, yes. Your D-backs are in the World Series.
That I'm not watching on Halloween night.
Matt, I guess, what are you drowning your sorrows in for this fine morning, evening, afternoon?
Well, Mike, thank you for asking. I am drinking my last one of the pod until next season. I swear I won't drink any more of these because I'm sure everybody's tired of me saying the same thing. So I'll just make it quick. From my buddy Eric and your buddy Eric and Real Film Nerds podcast buddy Eric, I'm drinking another Sam Adams Oktoberfest.
Sounds delicious, Matt. I am once again back to the Aldi pumpkin beer. Starting to run out of the pumpkin beers over here, so I think winter is upon us. Like they said in Game of Thrones, winter is coming.
Well, dude, it is definitely here in P-Town because this morning when I got up to go play on the radio at 8:30 or 8 o'clock or whatever, whenever I got in my car and drove downtown, it was 34 degrees out.
Wow. That's winter's there.
That's a little chilly for me. A little chilly. So, all right, Mike. Well, I can see you anxiously awaiting your favorite segment of the Real Film Nerds podcast. Mike, what is this week's ghoulish dad joke?
I got dad jokes. I don't think they understand, though. Gotta think I'm funny. Other people never laugh, though. Dad jokes.
Yeah, I wish it was themed. It's not. If you see a crime at an Apple store, what are you?
Crime at an Apple store. A pie thief?
No, you're an eyewitness.
Oh, because you're the one witnessing the crime. Got it. Okay. I was thinking you were the one doing the crime. Okay.
No, yeah, but it's like a little eye, like an iPhone or i.
Oh, yeah, I get it. That's lame.
All right.
Dude, you should have found something Halloween themed since it is Halloween. Even though this podcast is coming out on November 1st, it's Halloween for us. So sorry, we're recording this in the past.
Yeah.
So, okay, Mike. All right. I don't think this one should be too difficult. Maybe it was. Maybe it wasn't. We will find out. Mike, how does Five Nights at Freddy's relate to the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Well, there was no real direct tie-ins with our stars in the movie, so I had to dig down a little deeper, but I was able to find the composer of this movie, the Newton Brothers, worked in the sound department for Avengers Endgame and Avengers Infinity War. It says V-cello. I'm not sure if that means violoncello or what that means exactly, but they were in the music department.
You might have to contact IMDb for that. That's out of my level of expertise, Mike.
Yeah, but anyway, there it is. We got our tie-in. Life is good.
You got your tie-in, because that's your segment, man. You own that shit. I am never going to do it. If you end up quitting the pod because I'm a jerk or because you have 12 more children, the MCU tie-in will die with Mike Talent. But I don't think that'll ever happen. I think the podcast will fold completely before you ever leave. So
that's right, dude. Matt, what do you always say? You're not a quitter.
I am not a quitter. I mean, you can tell that with episode 347 here.
Yeah, not a quitter.
Well, dude, what does that say about you? You're not a quitter either, Mike.
No, definitely not.
So, okay, before we start getting into what we're talking about for next week, we are now in the spoiler section for Five Nights at Freddy's. Mike, do you want to spoil it first, or do you want me to roll into it? Now, see, you're the host, so you should be doing this, but I don't care. I'm taking it back.
Matt, I think I want to talk about the animatronics in this, dude. They were awesome. Like, I thought that was really cool. The Freddy's. Is it called Freddy's the place? I think it is, right?
Freddy Fazbear's. Fazbears. Fazbear's Pizza.
Yeah, the Fazbear's animatronics were awesome. And those were created by the Jim Henson Company, which is really cool.
Yeah, no, that's one thing that's awesome is how well done they all are and how well they move and the puppeteering and everything. I mean, it's one of the shining stars of this film is the practical effects. It truly is. I think the big reveal at the end was kind of lackluster, but I will be honest, I did not see it coming. I thought said person, I don't know if I want to spoil it because this is kind of big.
Yeah, it's kind of big.
But I think said person had a very small bit part in it. And I was like, okay, that's what that is. Okay, screw it, whatever. And then said person pops back up, and I'm like, oh, that just blindsided me a little bit.
Yeah. And speaking of that, Matt, I almost thought that having Matthew Lillard in this movie
Spoilers, spoilers. Jeez.
Was kind of a callback to Scream and like his role in that, and this is like ushering in a new era of like a horror movie, kind of like Scream did at the time.
I don't know about a new era. I mean, because dude, there's been a lot of animatronic films with killer animatronics before Five Nights at Freddy's. Now, Five Nights at Freddy's is the original. It's just those other films beat this one to the punch. Like this movie, I don't know why it took so long to come out, but this was rumored to come out like when the video game was first produced. Like it was supposed to come out a couple years afterwards. I mean, it's been in like some kind of development hell. I don't know why or what. I didn't research it for at least 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, I'm not sure. When I was kind of glancing over some of the trivia, Matt, it did talk about, that movie, The Banana Splits?
Yes.
Apparently, that's kind of based on Five Nights at Freddy. It was like ahead of the game, I guess.
Probably. I have not watched that movie yet. We do own it. I bought it for Harvest Horror Fest in the future, and we haven't done it. Maybe we'll have to do it next year. But the other one, the one with Nicolas Cage in it, where he literally doesn't say a word. I don't remember the name of that one, but my God, dude, that one, that's like the super horror movie elements of it. But I will be honest, that was not a super great movie. Like this was better than that piece of crap. The most interesting part in that was the horror movie effects. The acting was garbage. And the fact that they got Nicolas Cage to do a movie where they can't pay him to say anything. That's like the big redeeming qualities of that film.
Yeah, dude, that's nuts. That is so crazy.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't remember the name of it. I would have to look it up. You got your IMDb open. You could probably look it up. But like I said, I don't hate this movie, but I don't love this movie. I wanted it to be better. I wanted more of it, but there's a lot of elements I really enjoy. I hope this is a resurgence of Matthew Lillard. I like him as an actor. I've always liked him as an actor, but he's always kind of come and gone. He's never really had like a big career since like the 90s / early 2000s. You'll see him pop up every now and then, but that's about it.
Matt, the movie you were talking about was Willy's Wonderland.
There you go.
Yeah, and it's apparently just a ripoff of Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, and they both came out, that one and Banana Splits, before Five Nights at Freddy's. And I can't judge Banana Splits, but I can judge the Nicolas Cage one. And oh my God, dude, that was rough.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I had a great time with this movie. The only thing that I thought was weird, and it explains itself a little bit, was the police officer kind of thing. But I think it lended to the movie quite a bit.
It definitely adds to it, but she was attractive. That was nice. But it was just kind of random why she kept showing up and popping up. And
yeah, that was the only part that was a little bit, like at first it seemed okay, but it was like, how do you know all this stuff? And it just got weirder. But Matt, speaking of that, the 3 Bs, this movie doesn't have, it doesn't even really have blood. This movie is just...
And that's not true. It does.
Beast.
It does.
It does a little bit.
Just not a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, I mean, I guess this is a spoiler, but when the person gets like chomped in half, I noticed that they did that in the dark and you didn't see any blood. And I was like, oh, that's to keep PG-13.
Well, there was some, but not like it wasn't like overflowing. And you remember the original security guard who got his face all hacked up?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't
cut
show
away.
any of that, but yet towards the end, it does show his face all chewed up with blood on it.
Yeah, but like it cut away.
It was very quick, yeah, and it was after the fact.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
A lot of things were cut away. Like also, Matt, what do you think happened to the aunt, the aunt that wanted the daughter, or wanted his sister?
Good question. That's a good question. I mean, I think she probably got murdered.
She probably did, but I don't know.
I don't know. They don't really go back to that.
And then another great question is: did that animatronic walk all the way to the house? How did it get there?
Yeah, that's a good question because it climbs in the cab with him. Not the cab, but the Uber to go back. Or maybe it was a cab. I don't know. I don't remember.
It was a cab, I think, but
Okay.
like, but like it obviously didn't ride in the cab. Like, how does it hail a cab?
Right. Did it fly?
Yeah, because it doesn't talk.
Well, see, now, Mike, you're exposing some plot holes. See, your rating's going down as you talk.
No, it's not going down. I still like it. I still like the movie. I'm just saying, there's always things. you
Yeah,
know?
oh, yeah, dude. There's always things. But I don't know. I mean, it was okay. I don't know. It could have been a lot better. It also could have been a lot worse.
What about the dream stuff? Like trying to relive your dream every night? That was nuts, dude.
I don't know about trying to relive it, but trying to control your dream in your subconscious was pretty wild.
Yeah, but like to try and remember like some extra detail, that was nuts.
Well, dude, I think it added to the story. Again, I mean, all that stuff is great, but it's more of like a thriller than it is a horror movie. And I mean, this is Harvest Horror Fest, Mike.
Yeah, you're right. It wasn't quite a horror movie. It had horror elements,
Yeah,
but it was
and
not.
it's a horror video game for sure. They say it is. Is this, Mike, is this going to make you want to go and buy the video games? Because you could even get it on that lovely device you're holding in your hand. They made it for smartphones too now.
I don't know. I don't think I have time for it, man.
Mike, where does all this time go?
That is the question. That is literally the question. I don't know, man. I guess just between family obligations and work, it's like poof, it's gone.
Well,
Dude, remember when we had time? We just didn't know it.
no, I don't. But where's Mike's time? Where's the Mike time? Is that when you go to the theaters and take a nap?
Yeah, dude, that's when I go to the theaters. Like when we're going to go see the new Martin Scorsese movie, I'm going to need to have like several intermissions, dude. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it. It's like 3 hours and a half.
Yeah.
Whew.
Speaking of time, yeah. So I will go ahead and do it since Mike is already alluding to it. Next week's pod, even though the movie has been out for 2 or 3 weeks,
Yeah, it'll be 3 weeks, I think, by the time our pods comes out.
it's fine. I still want to go see it. I'm sure I'm going to get crap for it on the radio, but I'm going to go watch it and talk about it on the radio on Friday. We're going to go see Martin Scorsese and Leonardo DiCaprio and Robert De Niro's latest film, Killers of the Flower Moon. And it is punching in at 3 hours and 26 minutes. That is a long movie.
That is, man. That is a long movie. That's like Lord of the Rings long. And what's the last 3.5 hour movie we watched? Avatar?
Probably Avatar. I was thinking one of the Avengers, but Avatar was since then.
Yeah, I think Avengers Endgame was 3 hours?
Yeah, it was like right at 3 hours, maybe a little over a couple minutes or so. Sure as heck didn't feel like it, though.
No, but I mean, there's so much in the story. It's so complicated.
It is. I mean, I'm excited for this. The one thing that I do know and did hear about is that Martin Scorsese originally put a intermission in this film so that people would get up and get a drink, alleviate themselves, and come back and continue the movie. And originally, the West Coast and the East Coast, which always gets movies first, had the intermission in it, and everyone else took it out. And he's not super happy that they took the intermission out because he wants people to pay attention to this film, be readily awake for it, and really dive into it. Because it is based on a true story that was, a recent novel, but based on a true story.
Yeah, I think an intermission for that kind of length is fine, man. Didn't let's see. I can't think of the name of the movie. It was like The Hateful Eight. Didn't it have an intermission?
I don't remember if The Hateful Eight had an intermission, but Planet Terror and Death Proof sure as heck did. I remember that.
Yeah, but that was 2 full movies.
Yeah, those were 2 hour and a half, almost 2 hour long movies back to back.
Yeah, but I feel like Hateful Eight had it only in like the 70 millimeters. Because I watched it on the 70 millimeter or whatever. Or, was that right?
No, I didn't get to see it in 70 millimeter. That would have been awesome.
That was awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah. Frankie Lala, my brother-in-law, went and watched Oppenheimer in 70 millimeter while I went and watched Barbie.
Nice.
Dude, at that point, I had already seen, Oppenheimer, and I was like, yes, I want to see it in 70 millimeter, but I need to watch Barbie for the podcast.
Gotcha. Yep. Okay. Well, it was cool to see it. I was going to try and see Oppenheimer in like a more premium format, but like they didn't have one very close to my neck of the woods. So I had to watch it, and I think I watched it in the Cinemark XD, but there was like several versions of it, and I wanted to see it in one of them, and they're like, yeah, that one's only in like a handful of cities.
Yeah, well, the 70 millimeter had showings in Phoenix, but it was only at one theater, and they were all sold out. And we were in California, and the town we were in California had a 70 millimeter projector, and it was not sold out at all. And I should have just freaking gone. I should have just not slept and went and gone, or not worked or whatever, because I really kind of wanted to see it in 70 millimeter, but it's fine. I still got to see it in the theaters, and that's what really matters.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're going to watch Killers of the Flower Moon next week. And I guess, Matt, this kind of wraps up our Harvest Horror Fest this season, 6th annual. It was a lot of fun. I look forward to watching Friday the 13th, Part 5. On the 7th one.
Is it part 5? Because we did part 4 this year, right?
Yeah, we did part 4.
I don't remember. Yeah. I just
the final chapter.
Yeah, oh, that's right. Part 4, the final chapter. Yeah. Part 5, the continued final chapter. I don't know what they call it.
Yeah. Final chapter Phoenix. I don't know. It rises.
So, okay, I'm going to ask a couple questions then, Mike. Let's get your rating, though, first. How many reels do you give Five Nights at Freddy's, since you loved it and I thought it was just mediocre?
I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 reels, man. I had a great time.
Yeah, see, I should have just argued more with you because, Mike, like I said, I don't think it was incredible. I didn't think it was horrible, but I didn't think it was great. I give it 2 reels.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay, 2.
So, okay, this
Gotcha.
now loads me up for my next question that I want to ask you. So, Mike, since the Harvest Horror Fest is your baby, it's your favorite time of year, it's your favorite thing to do, it's the bane of my existence, other than existence itself. Mike, that's a good look on your face.
Wow, that was deep, man.
Was it? Okay. I know, that went really dark. I'm sorry, but I thought it was pretty funny. Mike, out of all the films this year, not last year, not next year, not 5 years ago, Mike, what is your favorite Harvest Horror Fest film of 2023?
Ooh. Wow. I'm gonna go with Saw 10, Matt. I really like Saw 10. I
Wow.
felt like it was a reinvention.
Really, the opener of the Harvest Horror Fest is your favorite one of the fest. Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. What's your favorite movie during this harvest?
Oh, fuck, dude. You know what it is. You can guess it.
Maybe is it the final chapter?
Hell yeah, it was Friday the 13th, the final chapter. Dude, it is my second favorite Friday the 13th movie out of all of them. It is just so good. It is so bad good.
It's so bad good. Yeah.
I
Gotcha.
mean, my favorite is the original.
It was really.
You can't knock the
yeah.
original. This one is just, it's what you think of when you think of Friday the 13th as the final chapter. It really is.
It is. It has it all. It has it all. It has the 3 Bs, big time.
Especially that one. Now, they're not big bees, but there's a lot of them.
That's right. So it's just a lot. It's the whole package. That one, but I liked Saw X, dude. I thought it was. I don't know. It seemed like the franchise is taking itself seriously again or something. I don't know.
Well, that's good, man. And I'm sure we will probably have another Saw X, maybe Saw XX, or do you think they're going to do Saw X1?
I think they'll do Saw X1.
Okay.
Or maybe they'll be like Fast and Furious, and they'll be like Saw 10+1.
Oh, there you go. There you go. I like that.
Like, but they'll spell out TEN, and then they'll have 1 as a Roman numeral, and then on the next one it'll be like Saw, and it'll be a Roman numeral 10, and then they'll have like a plus, and then like a 2, like written out in words, like TWO or something.
What about Two Saw, Two Furious?
Might as well, dude.
That's where they go to Japan. No, that wasn't. No, that would be a Saw Drift. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, drifting
Yeah,
Saw.
Drifting Saw. Yeah. See, this is perfect, Mike. We can go on forever with Saws if they keep this going like Fast and Furious.
Yeah, and then I mean, you have to, like, they're starting to enter into the territory where it's totally fine to go to space.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Saw in space? Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They'll, like, I don't know how they do it, but somehow they'll send somebody up and they'll be like, get all mad at the space station or something, and, you know, people got to die.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. So, all right, Mike, any other jabber you want to roll out here for the 6th annual Harvest Horror Fest finale?
No. Thanks for listening to this year's Harvest Horror Fest 6th annual. It's been a lot of fun, and I mean, we squeezed 5 movies in this year, Matt. You know, a little bit tight. That's why this one's coming out in November. But hey, 5. So that's pretty cool.
Well, I think it was warranted, though. I mean, this came out in October. This podcast is coming out in November. It's a long October month because the month started on a Sunday. So, you know, I mean, we almost had 5 Wednesdays. Wednesdays. So I think it's warranted. It was a good time. I know it's your favorite thing in the world, Mike, but, you know, is what it is. It's our one fun thing we do, I guess, outside of our regular fun things every week. But this is, you know, specific, and we're not going to change it. It will continue as long as the podcast continues.
Yeah. No, this is fun. So next week we're back to our normal format, I think, maybe.
Oh, balls. That means I have to host now, don't I?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
All right. I think that's it, dude. Do you want to take us out of here?
Oh,
Matt?
yes, Mike, of course. For my last one of the year. For a full year, this is my last outro. Actually, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how things go. We're just going to roll with the punches. But thank you, everyone, for tuning in for our 6th annual Harvest Horror Fest. Not Halloween Horror Fest. Not Harvest Halloween. 6th Annual Harvest Horror Fest. We will chat to you next week, back with our regularly scheduled program, I guess you would say, even though it's a few weeks behind. But don't forget to follow us on the Twitters, formerly the X's, formerly known as Twitter. I don't know. People have stopped saying X, formerly known as Twitter, and some people still do, so I'm just going to keep it going. X, formerly known as Twitter. It's kind of like Prince, right?
Yeah, it is. It's the symbol. Like, no one could say it, so they just said the artist formerly known as Prince.
Right. Well, the weird thing is when you type in the URL, it's still twitter.com. So explain that one to me.
They still own that domain name, but I'm sure they have X too. They probably don't have X.
No, I don't think they do, because when I go to twitter.com, it's twitter.com. When I flip through stuff, it doesn't go to x.com. It doesn't forward.
Yeah, somebody probably owns that domain, and they're not giving it up.
I wouldn't, not for a few $1 billion or a few million. I'd be okay with a few million, like 20. But anyways, so follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter. Follow us on the Facebooks, the Instagrams. I post the same stuff at all three of them. Don't forget to join our Facebook group where people talk about movies. Most people don't. It's usually just me trying to get people to talk about movies. But why not hop in there and get a conversation going if you can? Don't forget to enter our giveaway for your free copy, Blu-ray copy of Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Thank you for joining us for another incredible Harvest Horror Fest. We will chat at you next week. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thank you for listening to The Real Film Nerds. Now don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Real Film Nerds. Now go out and catch a movie.
Welcome, everyone, to Ma Henshaw Loses Her Cookies. Episode 36. Five Nights at Freddy's. Welcome, Matthew. How are you?
I'd be a lot better if you weren't using your speakerphone to record the podcast.
Well, you know what? I don't know how to not do it once I've done it, so you live with it.
Oh, Lord.
Okay?
What?
Anyway.
It's Halloween. I'm sitting here. I didn't get to watch my Diamondbacks lose. I've been recording podcasts all day. I was on the radio. I'm talked out. It is your show. Get to work. Wake me up when you're done.
Hey, that's not fair. You have to talk to me. I don't know what to do. Stop that. Anyway, hey guys, this movie was really, I didn't think it was very scary. I thought it was interesting. Animatronics don't scare me, really. There wasn't much blood. Darn. But anyhow, but it was a okay movie. It was kind of fun. And I really didn't know that this was patterned after a computer game. So I was really didn't know what it was about, actually.
I don't know if patterned is the right terminology, Mom. It is inspired, adapted. Patterned isn't really it. Because there are two different genres and two different mediums. Well, no, they're the same genre. They're both horror, but they're two different mediums. It was written by the same guy that wrote the video game and created the video game.
Oh, really? Oh, well, that's very interesting.
Well, one of the writers. There's several writers.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Well, I noticed there's like 6 games at least, maybe more, all off of this game. But I didn't know it was a game when I went in there. I just knew the guy was, supposed to get this job where he was a night watchman for this building and stuff. No idea but I mean, yeah, it was scary and dark, and he had to watch the computer boards, etc. I liked, his relationship with his sister. And I had no idea why he was having all these dreams about these kids, and then his brother drives off in a car. Didn't understand that much. But by the end of the movie, I figured it out. And I thought it was okay. I mean, and I don't get scared by animatronics. Some people do, but I really don't. And I thought that was kind of fun and creepy and different. And the kids that were, well, there's about at least 20 of them in the movie, they all loved it. They thought it was really crazy fun. But they all play the game, I'm sure, which I don't know. Never seen that game.
Question.
Hmm?
On a scale of 1 to 10, how drunk are you tonight?
0.
0? You're
I
lying.
could have used a
You have
huge
to be
gallon
liquored
of
up.
beer. To stand going through watching that game, I should have had at least 3 or 4 bottles of beer, but I don't have any, so nope.
How you're
Stone-
acting, the way you're slurring your words, are you sure you're not wasted?
I'm not wasted. No.
And you're trying to tell me that you're not afraid of Chuck E. Cheese. I mean, the mouse
No.
can't even move his face. He doesn't even smile. He can't blink his eyes. And that's not terrifying to you.
Not a bit. I don't care.
Well, what about the bears at Disneyland that they took down? What was that ride called? I forget what it was called.
Oh, country something.
Yeah, the country bear.
Jamboree. And no, I actually have a stuffy of the one bear. Or I did. I don't know where the heck it ended up. Probably in the garage. But yeah, no, that didn't scare me a bit either. I loved the animatronics.
Because I'm pretty sure they got rid of that show, didn't they?
Yes, they did. I think they did, from what I hear tell. I won't go to Disneyland again. I couldn't stand to pay those kind of prices. Horrible. Evil.
They're
Bad.
evil because they're trying to get rich?
Yeah. They're rich. They could get rich if they lowered the prices. They'd still be rich.
So speaking of Disney, have you watched the new South Park yet?
No, I haven't. Doggone, I got to.
It's on Paramount Plus.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yes. So you're going to have to call up your grandson. He's going to have to
Yep.
come over, fire up the old boob tube,
Right.
fire up the Roku,
Right.
scroll to it, search for it, find it, and get it going, because you have no clue what I just said. It was like I was speaking Chinese.
No, it's the new South Park, you said.
Yes, but having him do all the stuff to get it to work is like me speaking Chinese to you. You have no idea what I said.
Well, I can get to the Roku thing, but after that, I'm not so good. Okay. But anyway, yeah, I want to see it. I really do. But anyway, this movie is cute. If you played the game, you could go. I don't say it was real creepy, but then it was a PG-13 anyway, so, it's not going to be real vicious. Right?
Were you disappointed because there was no nudity?
Well, that's always disappointing, but no, I don't, I didn't worry about that,
Well, Mom, this was, our last film of the 6th annual Harvest Horror Fest. Are you sad because you're such a huge lover of horror?
I am sad because I was going to try and do what was it? Was it Halloween or I don't know which one. AMC was going to have a whole bunch of them, and I didn't get a chance to do it, and I wasted my time watching that darn ball game.
Well, then hurry up and record your podcast so you can go watch the rest of it. You got a couple hours.
Good. I will.
Well, why don't you talk about your movie more instead of talking about all this other jibber jabber?
Well, anyway, the movie was,
Lord.
I liked the relationship between the brother and the sister. She was really typically what sisters are like. at the beginning and really wouldn't behave, wouldn't get along with him, was mean, nasty, horrible. And then later on, and especially after she goes to work with him at Freddy's and she meets the animatronic critters and everything, then she gets better and, she behaves a lot better. And I thought that was very interesting. But of course, she realized that, well, I can't give it all away. But anyhow, yeah, I thought that was very interesting. Didn't you?
I'm more interested to see if you got any trick-or-treaters this year, because I got none.
We got a whopping 1.
Hey, that's more than I got, and I had full-size candy bars this year. And I'm not disclosing my address for those of you who are thinking of writing it down, all 3 of our listeners. Although all 3 of you probably do know where I live, so...
Yeah.
No, I don't have full-size candy bars.
I wish I could mail you guys some of our candy, because I've got a whole lot left. Holy crap.
Well, looking into the Skype mirror, I don't think either of us needs any more candy.
No, I know I don't, because I went crazy. My favorite is the little bitty M&Ms in the packages. And of course, at Halloween time, that's what we get. I don't like the peanut ones. I like the chocolate ones. And I ate 3 bags. Well, I was watching that game. Ugh.
Shame.
I know.
Shame.
And then I drank a Coke. And now I'm going to be on a wild sugar high all night.
Shame.
Well, anyway, we had one little kid. His grandpa was taken. I don't know if it was a boy or a girl even. I can't remember. I didn't go to the door.
How dare you tell them what gender they are?
Oh, never mind. I don't mean that, honestly. Anyway, it was a little kid, and Grandpa was taking that child around the neighborhood. So, anyway, that's the only kid we got. No.
So, question, what if you had peanut butter M&Ms, not peanut, or regular peanut butter M&Ms?
I don't know, but I had Reese's.
You've never had peanut butter M&Ms?
Never have.
What?
I haven't.
That's like my go-to candy of M&Ms.
Really? Peanut butter M&Ms?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because
Nope,
they taste kind of, not really, but kind of like little Reese's peanut butter cups.
Oh, well, I don't like Reese's peanut butter cups, so I probably wouldn't like them either. I don't even like peanut M&Ms.
Who are you?
I'm a chocolate M&M person.
You are not my mother. I don't know
Yes,
who
I
you
am.
are.
Yeah, I can show you pictures.
Security! Imposter!
I have pictures. I can prove you're my kid. But you
I
don't
really don't want to see those pictures.
I know.
You've
You
already
don't.
discussed way too much about your body and noises today before the podcast. I don't need any more.
So much blood,
Ma! I know it's Halloween and it's a horror movie podcast, but I don't need real life horrors.
Isn't this horrible? I mean, it's horrible.
It is. So I'm going to end this now. Ma, how many reels, cookies, whatever flim flam thing you call it, cookies, do you give Five Nights at Freddy's? I mean, you didn't even really talk about the movie.
I did too. I don't want to give away whatever happened.
You can give away whatever you want. It's your podcast.
I'm not going to do that. It spoils it if anybody actually wants to go see a PG-13 movie.
Well, Mom, just to let you know, I think this is the highest grossing horror film on opening weekend ever.
Really?
It made $78 million in the United States, $130 million worldwide. And I think the only one that came close to it was the 2018 Halloween, and it made like $70 million. That was before COVID. Think about that.
Well, hey, I give it a 3. I thought it was good, but I guess a lot of the folks thought it was really great.
Well, yeah, but the critics think it was garbage. I thought it was just okay at best. I think it could have been better. There's a lot of elements I really enjoyed. And if you're listening to this means you probably already listened to my opinion on it earlier in the show. Mike and I talked for a good solid 40 minutes. But don't forget to enter our giveaway, by the way, if you made it all the way to this length of time in the podcast.
Well, anyway, I give it a
anyways,
3.
what?
Well, if it's that if so many people went to see it, then you should go see it. There.
Well, are you going to buy the video game for your phone and play it and see if it's better than the movie?
No.
I think you should and report back.
Oh, heck no.
That is Ma Hinshaw's homework.
Oh, no, it's not.
Ma, it's like $4 or $5.
It is 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And you can play it on your phone.
Well, maybe. I don't know.
I'm going to talk to Michael about it.
I'm not good at those things, you know. Anyway. Okay, well, that's my view of it was I thought it was actually kind of cute, you know. But you don't say that a horror movie is cute, so I can't say that. Okay?
You can say whatever you want. It's your podcast. Do you not understand that? I know you're not used to having freedom, but this is called freedom.
And I really like Foxy, and I can't remember the names of the other ones, but whatever.
Foxy. I think Foxy was the most hideous one out of all of them. It was the scariest looking
that's
one.
That's why I like Foxy.
Oh, jeez.
Big gnarly teeth. You know.
Okay, Ma. So, are you done? Are you going to keep talking?
Done. I am done. I am done.
Well, you keep saying you're done, and then I start talking, and then you start talking. Oh, Jesus.
Okay, I'm going to go watch a really horrible horror movie. Okay?
What's a horror movie?
I don't know.
Is that like a horror movie with like 9 different R's?
Yes, that's it. Mm-hmm,
Okay, good to know. Has some RRR in it. Which that was a good movie.
What was?
RRR.
That was a movie?
You don't remember? It was the Indian movie?
No,
I'm pretty sure you watched it.
Yes, I remember it. Oh, that was good. I liked that one. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so for any of you kids that are listening, this is why you don't do drugs. Because when you hit 81 years old and you were a flower child hippie, you don't remember anything that happened not that long ago.
I wasn't a hippie.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Okay, so you're over your 15-minute limit by a lot.
Yes.
So next week, Ma, you already saw the movie for next week. How dare you? Are you going to go watch it again, or are you just going to do it off of your first show?
Well, I would love to go watch it again, but it might be hard to go watch it again. So I may have to. I want to see it again.
Well, what's the movie? Why don't you tell your listeners?
The Killers of the Flower Moon. Oh, what a movie. Awesome.
Well, don't spoil it. I haven't seen it yet.
Well, go see it for Pete's sake.
I'm going to this week for the review on Friday.
Awesome. I want to see it again. Oh, well, anyhow. But it's long. Let me tell you, it's long. Mm-hmm. What, 3 hours, 3.5, something. Yeah.
3 hours and 26 minutes, according to the IMDb.
Oh, 26. Well, almost half an hour. Okay. Well, anyway, you may take us out.
Yes, ma'am. Right away, ma'am. God, finally, you're starting to take charge of your own podcast. It only took 36 frickin' episodes.
Yeah.
Anyways, well, thank you, everyone, for listening to Ma Hinshaw Loses Her Cookies, episode number 36. If you made it this far, congratulations. Enter our contest to win a free copy of Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. It is a Blu-ray copy this go-around. So, and Ma Hinshaw really liked that movie, but, you know, she has a thing for Scientologists.
No, I love the motorcycles.
Like I said, one day I will get that T-shirt made where it's going to be you in your wheelchair doing that jump instead of a motorcycle and Tom Cruise.
Well, that'd be crazy. Okay.
So, anyways, well, thank you again, everyone, for tuning in to yet another riveting episode of Ma Hinshaw Loses Her Cookies. Hopefully the Diamondbacks will not get destroyed tomorrow. If you're listening to this in the past, let us know, and we will share in your tears or joy if they won. Anyways, thanks again, everyone. Toodaloo.
Bye.